Welcome back. Lawmakers are deadlocked over the Clarity Act crypto legislation with just days left in the Senate before the August recess. The largest remaining sticking points include ethics provisions and disagreements over consumer protections following the newly released updated language. This is an effort to move the bill forward. J.P. Morgan is warning that failure to pass this legislation this year could undermine one of the industry's biggest regulatory catalysts and slow the push toward broader adoption of digital assets. Coinbase Chief Policy Officer Faryar Shirzad, with me on this program this week, argued the debate goes far beyond just crypto.
The next generation of that financial system is being built as we speak using crypto technology. The country that invests most in this technology is China at the moment. And so clarity is the question in front of the Senate about who will lead the next generation of developing the financial system. Will it be the United States or will it be China? And I think the opportunity is to make sure it's the U.S. and we hope the Senate takes up that opportunity.
And joining me now is the CEO of Abra, Bill Barhydt. Abra, one of the world's leading crypto investment platforms, helping investors access digital assets. Bill, thanks very much for being here this morning.
Great to see you, Maria. Thanks for having me.
So Abra is really repositioning itself as a crypto wealth management company and a tokenization platform. You say, sure, we're talking about things like Bitcoin today, but the future is really about tokenization. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, look, the financial system is moving towards an always-on, borderless system. And it's certainly incumbent upon the U.S. to play a leading role in that, right? Investment advisory systems, broker-dealers, they're all moving towards tokenized, always-on systems based upon crypto and smart contract rails that are going to enable all kinds of services that consumers don't have access to today. And as I said, you know, our aim with Clarity and everything else going on you just mentioned is for the U.S. to lead.
Yeah, but I mean, look, President Trump has been leading this and embracing digital assets for sure. What kind of policy, what's the single biggest policy change that the administration needs to make to in fact, move toward the future that you're talking about? Is it the Clarity Act or something else?
Well, there's two things happening that I think matter. The SEC and the CFTC have done a fantastic job of undoing the damage of the last administration and starting to make rules and do rulemaking that actually makes sense. They're actually communicating for the first time in a long time, as far as we can tell, and doing rulemaking that actually is paving the road for a tokenized future that enables prediction markets, enables always-on perpetual futures markets based upon these crypto rails that make a lot of sense and are exactly what consumers want. Now, we need to codify these rules as law and give startups and entrepreneurs very explicit federal guidelines to be able to get licenses and registrations, which is what the Clarity Act does, so that the next administration, who may see it differently, doesn't basically create this seesaw of rulemaking that just confuses the markets.
Yeah, so is crypto becoming an asset class like stocks or bonds, or is it actually creating its own entirely new financial system?
I think it's both. I mean, look, you have the tokens themselves that enable the usage of these rails like fuel, right? It's like saying, is oil a different, asset class versus, the automobile industry, right? You need the fuel, we need electricity, right? So the tokens represent the fuel. The blockchain and the smart contract platforms are the software that enables this tokenization, and they work in concert, and consumers will be able to benefit from these platforms by being able to invest in the tokens, just like today they can invest in stocks in a company.
So you're preparing to go public. You are seeking to go trade on the NASDAQ. I want to get your take on the growth story of Abra. And you've described this company as a crypto bank. Does crypto eventually replace parts of traditional banking?
Yeah, I think basically the rails, the back end of banking, right, is going to be replaced with these crypto tokenization rails, and it's going to enable new services for consumers. Consumers won't see a technology difference. They're going to basically see a services difference. They're going to be able to easily borrow against tokenized shares. They're going to be able to move money from person to person globally. Have you ever sent a bank wire and had a great experience, right? That's all about to change with stablecoins and tokenization rails in a way that benefits consumers not only in the US, but globally.
So, I mean, you say everything eventually will become tokenized, and that's what I think our viewers want to understand better. Tell me about tokenization. I mean, like, for example, in 3 years, in 5 years, what's going to be the first traditional financial asset that Americans will want tokenized or will have tokenized?
Sure. So I think there's three things, right? The first is we already have tokenized money. Those are stable coins. And the biggest use case for stable coins for the average American consumer is replacing a bank wire. As I said, bank wires are awful. They're expensive. They're slow. The bank calls you 4 times and they cancel the transactions and then you redo it and it costs $40. Okay. So that can be instant, free. You have final settlement just like a cash payment and it can't be easily reversed. Okay. So that's one.
Okay.
The second is always on equity platforms, right? So these perpetual futures platforms that give you exposure to stocks and commodities and FX in a way that's always on, trades 24/7, right? And can be accessed globally, right? We had price discovery during the initial bombings in Iran on the weekend for oil markets through perpetual futures that trade using crypto rails. That had never happened before, okay? And so those are markets that consumers are going to be able to access 24/7. The arcane rules of when markets are closed are a byproduct of a bygone era from 100 years ago. They make no more sense. And crypto showed us that. Crypto trades 24/7 and soon stocks and commodities will trade the same way. And those are basically examples of tokenized assets. You'll be able to invest in privatized assets, sports leagues, private shares, venture capital. Once these things become tokenized,
oh, wow,
they become fungible in a way that everyone can eventually invest in, right, with the kind of disclosures that we would normally expect via regulators, but they can be done on-chain now. So I think this future opens up, right, all kinds of investing for investors who may have been, shut out in the past.
Yes, you know what? You just crystallized it for me, and I love that. Thank you, Bill. Because having tokenization, I can have a token of a sports league. I can have a token of farmland. I can have a token of all of these private assets that we talk about, which you may want in your portfolio, but you haven't had access before. I like it, Bill.
That's
thank
right.
you.
That's
Great
right.
to see you this morning.
You're welcome.
All right,
Good to
Bill
see you as well.
Barhydt.
Thank you.